Because I'm a marketing genius and always on the pulse of making videos when it's the right time to do it for peak popularity and reach, it's time to celebrate the DBD chapter that came out on June 3rd, 2024. Oh. So anyway, as always, I know nothing about D&D, but like all white men with nothing to say, I do have a podcast, but I'll plug that later. Unfortunately, I do know about Dead by Daylight. If you don't, here's the rundown. You and three people who want nothing more than to leave the game as soon as you can play hide and seek against a bunch of licensed and original killers. Last one to uninstall the game wins. Also, why didn't they make skins from this? This is a license to print money from the over 40 demographic. So I hope that's cleared it all up. Anyway, apart from making this video a year ago when people might have actually stumbled onto it, how am I going to tie this all up? Well,
alright, mad about covers it.
Cost me 40 grand, that did. Still better than AI. Anyway, first up is Dwight, and I thought I should get some expert advice. So I asked posh British TikTok man, professional nerd emote, and all-round good egg Slate from Twitch his thoughts on this.
Slate, what D&D class would Dwight play as? Dwight would be one of those little 1 HP battle filler dorks.
So that's the answer. But I have to pad this video out, so I should probably add a bit more. Dwight is apparently all about the teamwork and reluctant leadership, which is odd because I only ever see the little fucker when he was getting out of a lockout or body blocking me dressed as a stupid elf thing. He is everyone's first ever main for some reason before they move on to greener pastures and has more new skins than a snake with sunburn. He looks like a young Roland Rivron. That's a reference for all the youngsters watching. Anyway, I think the specky little twat was play as a gnome. Makes it easier for him to hide from the gens, but also easier for me to toe punt him into the shack wall. Next up is Haddie. For full transparency, Haddie is my main and the best survivor. Anybody who disagrees with me is wrong and smells, and I will fight you. Haddie was already a monster hunter and puncher of the unnatural even before the entity took her, and she continues to headbutt them in the realm. She is basically hard as fuck. According to the law, she is a brave and determined podcaster, just like me, and able to see things of great suffering, just like me with a mirror. Her perks are pretty shit, and she didn't get much in the way of good skins, but you know what? She's bloody great anyway. Leave Haddie alone. I reckon she would play as a druid with all her magic brain stuff and ability to twat a monster around the chops. Third is David. David is alright for a rugby player from Manchester, a sport and a place I dislike, I suppose, and he's hard as all fuck. I will never understand why in this game that David, a trained boxer and general punchy bloke, does not simply backhand Legion round the chops. But Legion is a killer. I don't care, mate. Legion is just some kids after gobbing down a bag of Haribo running about with a butter knife, and David will smack the spit out of all their mouths. Same with Blight. Oh, watch out, a scabby old man with a stick. Actually, and Ghostface as well. Didn't Monica from Friends beat him in 47 of the Scream films? And Trickster. Chucky would get hoofed over the wall as well. Anyway, the point is David is pretty tough, and I have no idea why the game doesn't let us give the killers a kicking. I would happily use him to stove in that FNAF piss robot's face and watch the fan base cry in endgame chat. To be fair, David's great, and as on the nose as this is, he would play D&D as the fighter class to get out the frustration of the entity stopping him from being able to just simply headbutt Wesker. Lastly, we have Michaela, hipster coffee making magic person and roommate to Sable. Fucking roommate, you Twitter losers need to grow up. Well, actually, they're just friends. Yes, sure they are, mate, if you say so. Anyway, Michaela is sound as fuck, and her perks are frankly slept on hard. Seriously, all of them are so underrated by the meta dweebs. She has lots of skins, but they're mostly piss. According to the lore, some of the other survivors were wary of her, which is probably because of the stupid hat. Lord, it's too hot here, and I'm half-arsing this one, okay? Give me a break. I'm sweating like a pig main who claims to have a win streak record, and for legal reasons I can't finish that joke. Michaela would be a sorcerer because magic or something. So that's the list. Do you agree? Disagree? Have some ideas for other survivors? Tell me in the comments. And whilst you're doing that, feel free to have a listen to my comedy D&D podcast, Dungeons and Dickheads. It's beloved by someone, probably. Okay, thanks, bye.